It's really cool because it's a huge range. So if somebody was spending their time measuring on site for an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes, typically they weren't delivering a quote on site. They were not able to really build much value with the customer there. So they were not running much of their process. They were often having to go back to the office, then potentially go out for a second call, often handle it from the office, which then was lower converting. So what we've typically seen is that people who get that hour and a half back, they're spending at least 30 minutes more or 45 minutes more with the customer, explaining what they did, walking through it with the customer. Even if they decide not to quote on site, which most folks will try and quote on site if they can, what they're doing is they're able to get that time back in a value added way with their customer. The second, and this is one of my favorite things to see, is when people are now more efficient, they can run more calls. We had a user in Massachusetts, and he is one of our earliest users. So he was on the platform, and this was his June of 2024 result. I increased my revenue by 30% this month relative to this time last year. And he's like, the reason that this was the case was because I'm able to go to one more call a day. I used to not be able to quote on site, not be able to do my system design. And now what I don't have to do is go back to the office, work for 4 hours after I've run 2, 3 calls in a day. And now I get to actually spend those 4 hours on, in part, another call and then another 30 minutes on site with each of my customers. So obviously that type of impact matters the most in a busy season, but it also matters the rest of the year when that time is time you can spend with your family.